Hey, what's up, guys? So we had a pretty break-even day 2 days ago, and then yesterday, actually 2 days ago, was a slight loss. It was a 6-6 day. Yesterday was also either a break-even or a very slight loss, but overall, we have been massive. It's been very incredible to see this because it has taken me an extremely long time to come up with a lot of these systems, and I actually have a business partner that we share a lot of the information with, and today I'm going to hook you guys up for being here. I'm going to hook you guys up with 6 teams in the NBA. I already created a video. If you want to see that, go to the link in the description or go to my channel on YouTube. And it's Beast Sports Picks, and then you'll see the video that I created already. It has the one very strong parlay, which I'll share here. I also have 6 teams that I like, and then let me see. I'm gonna tell you right now. I like. Give me one second because I put these into another channel inside my Discord. So give me a second. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I have seven plays in NHL that I'm looking at. I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in baseball. So literally, it's 6 teams, 6 teams in the NBA. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in NHL, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in baseball. So basically, I'm going to share all of that stuff with you guys just for being here. I'm going to give you guys a lot of value. The only way I'm going to keep just going, though, is I need to have a few likes. And also, I need people to go to the link in the description and click on free. If I keep seeing that, I'll share all of them. But if I don't see any people going over and signing up for free, or even liking this, or even commenting, it's only going to work if we do it like that. So, anyways, I'm gonna go through this real quick. So this is the kind of information we look at. We look at the head-to-head trends. We look at the insights. We look at the line moves. We look at the projections. We look at the injuries. We also look at something called this one's very strong. Ever since I started incorporating this part, it's been very solid. All right, Bob. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. So, anyways, you can see the kind of information. Let me see. Give me a second here. I'm not going to go into all the details, like everything, but let me actually get off my Wi-Fi because it's dragging it. All right. So let me just share real quickly with you the kind of information I get. So basically, I worked on this new scraper that I look at night, and then in the morning I get my other scraper stuff. So basically, I have a bunch of data that comes in, and then it gets filtered out and looks just like this. So, for example, right here is telling me the Washington Capitals versus the New York Islanders. Washington Capitals is the recommended play. So it's telling me all the reasons why. I'm not going to go through reading all of them. Same thing here. Ottawa Senators, Florida Panthers. Dallas is the very likely winner, but it's not giving me a strong indication that I should take it. Same thing here. Slight edge. Canadians, slight edge. Golden State, slight, very likely to win. So when I see very likely to win or like take this, that's the kind of information that I get in the morning. And then from this is where I actually start my research. I hope this makes sense. I don't start fresh anymore. Like I have a bunch of people, or not a bunch. I have a few people that work with me. I have a team of people, scrapers, a bunch of information that gets pushed out. And then by the time I look at this is what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at all the stuff like I used to before. I get this information and then I kind of just go from there. I hope that's making sense. But let me show you one other thing. This is going to be the one for baseball. Same thing here. You can see this is the kind of information I get. It's the Braves, the Yankees, the Diamondbacks, the Tigers, the Mets, the Brewers. Thanks, Mike. Love your content. One request: more videos while you're live betting, please. I don't understand. I cannot create another video while I'm doing live. I don't understand your question. So, anyways, guys, I have a lot of information here. I normally used to share just the head-to-head trends, and then it's a lot of stuff that went into this. If you guys been following me since I started this, it's been a big transition. And more than anything, it's just making it easier for myself. So when in the morning, when I lock it in the morning, I'm already looking at a bunch of stats. I'm not going through every little detail because it gets cleaned up for me before I even look at it. So, anyways, this is the kind of detail that I'm talking about, and then I'm gonna talk, and then I'll give you the plays. So this is the kind of detail I've already shared this many times. This is for basketball. Why is this thing not loading? There it is. So this is the thing for basketball. I've shared this a lot. It's actually called True Edge Pro. So if you go to the bottom, you go to the link in the bio, click on all the way at the bottom, it says True Edge Pro. And that's all the information here. So literally everything I'm telling you here, where the hell is this? Right here. It gets pushed into this data here. I hope that makes sense. So by the time I'm looking at this, like I said several times, is that by the time I look at this information, it's already filtered out. I don't look at all the bullshit. And then if it's bullshit, it'll tell me, like, stay away from this shit for these reasons and all that stuff. So it's perfect. I love it. And it took me a very long time to get here. So if you guys can, please, I know most of you already are, but if you haven't done so, go to the link in the description and then click on free. That's the only way that this works, guys. All right. So anyways, I already created a video today. So go check that out. I'm not going to go through every detail again. Sergio says, Jacob says, we're killing it. Let's go. Sergio says, tailing you for sure. You're way more efficient than other cappers that charge and don't give no free plays. Yeah, I know, man. I decided this a long time ago. I decided this a very long time ago is to be straight up with everybody. And if I'm losing money, I'm going to tell you I'm losing money. If I'm winning money, I'm going to tell you I'm winning money. We have a full-time person. I literally pay him full-time income to go through and clean all this crap for me. And he also does the thumbnails. He helps me with a lot of stuff. So he'll help me do thumbnails. He'll cut my videos. He'll edit videos. He does a lot of the research. So by the time I look at this, it's already filtered out, and it saves me a lot of time. I don't know of any cappers that have a full-time person helping them with their research, except for me. Plus, I have a business partner that's retired, and all he does is look at this stuff all day. So, anyways, thanks for being here, guys. I'm going to start talking about this. Go to the link in the bio, guys. Click on free. If you haven't done so, go to beatsportspicks.com. Let me see. Hold on. So I see about 2 people on X, 18 people on YouTube, and 0 on, what is that? StreamYard? No, Twitch. So anyways, I know a lot of you YouTubers are already on here, so I appreciate that. If you're on X, go to beatsportspicks.com. All right. So I'm not going to go through all the details again, guys. I'm going to tell you straight up, like the Hawks. So this is another thing. I'm not going to bring it up here. Let me look it up. Give me a second. So check this out. This is the way I'll work this right here. Give me a second. Let me get set up here, and then I'm going to basically share all the stuff that I'm looking at for today. So just give me a second. Let me organize this. I'm looking at the Hawks, the Celtics, the Knicks, the Warriors, the Thunder, the Cavs. So let's see. Hold on. All right. So here we go. So again, this is kind of the stuff that I look at right here. So it says Atlanta should win because they're in playoff contention. They're in a contending team with a top 10 defense facing a rebuilding Jazz squad with the league's worst record and a turnover issue. So again, like if you saw my video, this is pretty much what I said. And then that's for the Hawks. The only thing with the Hawks today is that they're on a back-to-back. So you got to be careful with that. Then we got Boston to win because they're in championship caliber team with elite players and momentum, while the Wizards are in a deep rebuilding with developing roster. I was looking at their starting lineup today, and I think there's a bunch of rookies in there, and they're going against the championship Boston team. And then you got New York should win because they already dominated Phoenix in their previous matchup, and now they have a better team, health, depth, and defensive consistency. That one I took for that one. I'm going to give you straight up. I took the Knicks at a -7.5 straight up. You guys want to tail that one? Golden State should win because they've consistently beaten Houston this season throughout superior three-point shooting and defensive control, despite the Rockets' overall record. So even the Rockets beat the Thunder recently, and it was embarrassing for the Thunder because they lost by like 15 or something like that, which nobody thought that was going to happen. But overall, they've been winning a lot of games. But overall, the Golden State Warriors, I feel like they have their ticket. They've shown it, and Houston has no defense against the three like that, against Curry, stuff like that. All right, then we got OKC should win because they combine the league's top defense, elite efficiency, and dominant home record against the Lakers team with weaker defensive metrics. All right, and then we have Cleveland. Cleveland should win because they're the top seed in the East with the best offensive efficiency, strong recent form, and they're facing injury-depleted Kings squad. All right, so now let me share the pick. So here it is. I did the OKC Thunder money line and the Cavaliers -3.5. All right, and then I'm going to give you the other one that I just said, which is the Knicks. I took that at a -7.5 right here. I have two others in the NBA, but those are going to be actually for the VIP. So if you guys are interested in that, go to the link in the description, click on VIP. And then I'm going to talk about, I already told you all the teams that I like, so it's actually part of that. You guys can kind of pick and choose what you want to do there. And then I'm going to talk about baseball real quick and then hockey. So give me a second. So here, I'll talk about hockey real quick. And I'll just kind of read all of it together. So, damn, it looks like crap. Give me a second. All right, Washington Capitals, they're boasting a 73-goal differential, high-performing special teams. Elite offense threatens Strome, Ovechkin, defensively shadow the Islanders, 26, subpar special teams. So that one is going to be the Capitals. The Senators, Ottawa's recent strong form, balanced offense, reliable goaltending, more efficient special teams, given a clear edge over Columbus, inconsistent performances, and struggling PK. Then you got the Panthers. Sam Reinhart. I've been hitting with Sam Reinhart on the overs, shots on goal. He's been very solid for that, and you can see right there he's one of their best players. And then playmaking, elite 80% penalty kill. Panthers outclass Detroit's -26 goal differential. League's worst PK and inconsistent net minding. I don't even know what some of that means because I don't keep up with hockey like that. But this is the kind of information I pass on to my business partner. And he's very deep into NHL. And then he goes through all the stuff. And then that's when I put these bets in. So Dallas capitalizes on superior special teams, deeper roster, proven success against Minnesota, exploiting the wins, subpar penalty kill, and limited 5-on-5 production. Okay. That's the Stars. And then the Sabres. Potent offense, 11th in goals scored. A strong power play, given the slight edge over Boston's weak PK, and overall scoring struggles throughout the matchup could remain competitive. And then we got the Canadiens. The Canadiens' strong special teams, second period scoring dominance, and offensive threats like Suzuki and Caulfield provide a slight edge over Nashville's defense, issued limited secondary scoring. And then this is the last one, is the Vegas Knights. I know the Vegas Knights played last night, so you got to be careful with this because they're on a back-to-back. And they're pretty much like the NBA because they get tired of the legs, they call them. So be careful with this one. But it says Vegas wields league's top-ranking power play balanced scoring, led by HL and overall defensive consistency to overwhelm Vancouver's shaky defense and playoff inconsistency. All right, and then we got one more thing, which is baseball. Baseball, we've been killing it. We've been crushing in baseball. I've been hitting. I can't show you my scraper, but I'm not going to try to show you the scraper. I have a scraper basically that it's a batter prop. So it goes out and looks for all the batters that are supposed to get 2 hits. And then I filter out who they're facing. So it's a bunch of scrapers. So first of all, it goes and it tries to find out, or it does find out which batters are going to get 2 hits or supposed to get 2 hits. That's where the research starts. And then from there it goes and it looks who they're facing, which pitcher they're facing. And then from there, if those 2 things match, like the weak pitching versus that strong batter, then from there I look at the last 8 games or last 10 games, and obviously they're not 10 games yet, but look at the last 10 games to see how consistent they are. And then I look at their lines, and then I parlay them together after that. So it's a whole little system. It's not just me throwing up random crap up here all the time. This is actually good information and solid backed up information. So, all right, let's keep going here. Braves are fueled by recent dominant win, potent bats. Ozuna, Olsen are poised to exploit the Marlins' pitching inconsistencies and defensive challenges for another victory. We had the Braves yesterday, and they lost to the Marlins, so be careful with that one. Yankees versus Pirates. Yesterday we hit with the Yankees. They won 9-4. I actually got an early cash out on that one. So they were winning by so much that I actually got an early cash out. And then they ended up just winning anyway at 9-4. The Yankees powered Aaron Judge, 5.45 average. That's incredible. 17 RBIs alongside Max Fried. Strong pitching debut, decisive outmatch Pirates' struggling rotation and error-prone defense. Marlins ace is pitching today. Yeah, cool. So be careful with that. And also the Braves lost yesterday. So this is just information. You guys can kind of do your research there. I took them anyway because I look at a lot of other stuff as well, and I'm testing a lot of stuff. So when I'm testing a lot of stuff, I take them so that I don't forget that I took them. I have all this stuff written down anyway, but I'd rather see it in my book that it won or lost. So I hope that makes sense. All right. Diamondbacks boasting key performances for Corbin Carroll, Eugenio Suarez, and better overall record, appearing primed to overcome Nationals' unreliable bullpen and capitalize on late game opportunities. So let me go back to this right here about the Braves and the Marlins. So the Braves and the Marlins. Okay. So Bob is saying that the Marlins are 1-8. So, anyways, we took the Braves yesterday. They lost, and then today they're going against the Marlins' best pitcher. But again, besides this data here, I look at other stuff too. I don't just look at this. This is basically the starting point. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Let's keep going. We got the Tigers again. They're going against the weak-ass White Sox. Detroit Tigers, we hit with the Tigers last night at a -1, and that hit. The Detroit Tigers are riding a solid pitching from Reese Olson. I don't know how to pronounce that. Plus, consistent offense led by Kerry Carpenter. Spencer, looked dominant. The White Sox squad suffering from poor pitching and lackluster hitting. They were not going to get amazing from one season to the other. The White Sox broke a record for how bad they were. They're actually one of the worst teams in history last year, and that just looks like it's going to continue this year. So I'm looking to fade the White Sox every chance I get. The other team that I was looking at last year was the Oakland A's. So the other one was the Washington Nationals, which you can see I just faded yesterday again, and then today I'm going to fade them again. So those were the 3 teams I was looking at: the Nationals, the Oakland A's, and the Angels was another one, and then the White Sox. All right, so the Mets, Boyd, 5-0 shutout victory, strong showing from Juan Soto, Brandon Nimmo, Sam Zwollacrypt to stifle the Blue Jays' offensive threats. And then the last one, guys, is the Brewers. The Brewers are in a 4-game winning streak with a 3-point ERA. Historically strong results, 38-14 against the Reds. Should extend Cincinnati's offensive struggles. So there you have it, guys. I gave you guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gave you 6 teams to look at in the NBA. I gave you 6 teams to look at in baseball, and then I gave you guys 7 teams to look at in the hockey. So actually, I took all of them just to kind of keep track of everything. But you guys can do whatever you want. And then I'll just show you guys my wins yesterday. So this one, I guess it's not showing. Give me a second. So this was the early payout I was talking about with the Yankees. This was the hits that I just talked about, which I'm actually going to go right after this live. I'm going to go and get these batter props. And then the Tigers, like I had just said. And then I had the Giants. And then we had the Grizzlies. Some people were questioning me on that one, but it's all good. I think that's a duplicate of the hitter props. And then I had this guy, Cooper Flag, for under 5.5 assists. So overall, guys, it's been decent. Let's pick it back up and let's win some money, guys. I appreciate you all that are here. I know it's early Sunday, so I appreciate you all. Let's have a great day. Thank you.